Okay, we're good, we're running. Okay. Welcome everyone to the 11 o'clock Sunday. I'm Mark. I'm one of the students here. I've been involved for the last short of a decade. I'm here to help out with our Sunday meditation that we hold every Sunday. We just concluded one of the first Sunday kind of half-hour spiels that usually Ann and Harvey lead, usually very wonderfully and with grace. And I hope that my lack of grace was helpful to everyone. So, welcome to everyone to Dawn Mountain, both in the cloud and everyone here. We hope that those in space and on the ground find those qualities very supportive to you. Space and I like how Dawn Mountain actually is kind of like space and a mountain. And those things have some enlightened quality to them. So. We just to let you know before I get distracted, we do have a dedication book that's going around. It's a black book. We share at the end. We'll read the names of anybody that we think are in any way suffering, that needs some extra help, some extra good vibes, any of our good intention. And it can be yourself, it can be other people, creatures, and we'll read those at the end. So we are here to share in a quite simple but profound practice. Our teachers, Ann and Harvey, who are going on 50 years each, so a century worth of meditation between them. They are connected with many wonderful teachers themselves, and they asked for a practice that was both simple and profound, that we could share with people of all backgrounds, all comers, that would be meaningful for us in the day, in our life, and in any capacity. And this is the practice that we'll do together. We're going to spend some time both first placing and then resting our attention on our breath, and then on a sound that we'll make together. We'll do some chanting together. Before we get into the details of that, I invite everyone to touch into their intention, to the motivation for being here, for engaging in what we're doing together as a group. I think it's really important. It really can be. It's really the fire of why we're here. Some people, it might be, I've heard wonderful things about meditation. It'll help me peace out. It'll give me a little bit of bliss. It'll help with my heart disease, or it'll help with my long-term longevity. Meditation, I've heard, is a wonderful place to explore myself, to really find more presence, to find more depth with my life. It might be that you're here to honor somebody, or out of hope that this has helped to you, someone else, whatever it is, whatever is honest and true to you, honor that. So, the mechanics of meditation. We'll just review that briefly. So we're here to do a little bit of mindfulness meditation. There's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of wonderful qualities that come out of mindfulness. We're here to give ourselves space, and space itself is, from the highest view, is a quality of wisdom and of reality. So we're here to give ourselves space. We're here to give ourselves tender compassion, and to also explore with curiosity and to explore our own power. Those things, wonder, tenderness, space, they all will come out with mindfulness. And so we're here to invite those things to come out. We're here to place non-judgmental observation on an object. That's one way of talking about it. There's a lot, and so we're here to practice non-judgment with ourselves when that doesn't go, and we're here to practice non-judgment of the thing that we're watching. We're going to be first watching our breath. And we're going to, usually our traditional thing would be to find somewhere in the body that we can watch the breath come in and come out. We're not here to control it necessarily. If that happens, then watch that. That might happen. We're here to watch it come in, come out. Observe it just to some degree. After that, we'll switch to chanting Hong Hong. We'll chant it at our own pace. We'll chant it together, and we'll be watching ourselves kind of sit with watching that, any distraction, any kind of energy that comes up with that, and as well while it fades. Just to go over the mechanics, usually meditation in theory can be done in any posture. It can be done walking, sitting, standing, lying down. Usually lying down, we fall asleep. So we like to have a little bit of energy. So if we're sitting in our chair, if we're sitting on our seat, we like to usually have some sort of kind of stability, because we're going to be doing this for a while. We don't want to be getting distracted by moving around. So usually we like to have some sort of stability and straightness from the back. We don't want to get too tightened up and judgmental and fixed on being too rigid. So we want to ideally have our spine kind of one vertebrae stacked on top of the other. So we're using as little kind of muscular tension as anything more than we need to. We don't want to be getting too much into tightness and rigidity. That will give us a natural stability. It'll help keep our energy kind of flowing. It'll give us a little bit of oomph to stay awake. Usually then, if we tuck in the chin a little bit, that'll kind of help straighten it up a little bit. Some people like to talk about hanging from a string and feeling like we're actually dangling from a string and we're like a plumb line falling down. Usually we keep our hands on the side. There's also postures where you can keep them here. Our gaze, usually in our tradition, we like to keep our eyes open. That's fine if you don't want to. It might be overwhelming, but our idea is that we eventually want to carry these skills over into our life, and we're going to be looking around. You're not going to be driving with your eyes closed. You're not going to be working at the computer with your eyes closed. That doesn't go well. So we like to keep our eyes open. Nice little trick. If you're feeling tired, look up. If you're feeling a little bit, usually though we can look down a few feet in front of us. So I'll get kind of more into pseudo meditation. So you can now settle into that posture. Our first thing is to feel grounded. We do that by actually feeling first the ground support us. Feel the ground, really the whole earth and all the layers down to the center, being here to support you, sitting here in your endeavors. Really touch into that physical support. You can feel it in your legs, in your sits bones, in your butt. You may feel energy pushing up from the earth into you. This is a good time now, actually, just to feel around our body. Invite any stress that might be there, just to let it fall off. If you feel anything in your legs or in your hips, just invite any excess tension to fall off. We can now feel that kind of grounded energy moving up, supporting us through our spine. This is another place of support. Our body from the inside supports us and can support our endeavors. Any stress you might feel too, kind of moving up the spine into the shoulders, just invite any excess tension just to fall off. And same thing too in the face, in your cheeks, your eyebrows. So take a nice long out breath, just invite it to fall off, any excess tension. So now that we've grounded ourselves here, present in our bodies on this earth, just check into with your energy in your body. We might talk about an energy channel that goes along our spine. It has some powerful places, usually in our belly, right below our belly button. You can feel that channel moving up. You might feel a center at your heart. at our throat. Usually here we might find any energy involved with expression, with vocalization, with communication, with connection. In our energy channel, at the top of our head, it's oriented to the apex of space. It's a good place to feel spaciousness. The energy channel and our energy is also in a way grounding. It's a place for us to explore. So now we'll turn and place and then rest our attention on our breath. As deep, we can feel our breath anywhere from our nose all the way down into our belly. Usually the lower we can feel it, the more grounded we might feel. We can feel it through our chest, coming in our nose, filling our chest, pushing down into our belly. You might even say, feel it going down into your legs. We don't want to hold too tight onto it. We want to leave some space. Allow that quality of spaciousness to be present in the way that we rest our attention on our breath. So now, for the next few minutes, we'll rest our attention here with our breath. And we know that we'll get distracted. When we get distracted, leave some space to acknowledge how you were distracted. Maybe thoughts going into the future, into the past, worries, hopes, shouldas, coulda, wouldas. That's an opportunity to observe it, see a thought as a process rather than as a content. See it as just a thing that happens. And then you return your attention to the breath. So we'll do those two things here until we chant Hong together. In a second, we're going to chant together, Hong, Hong, at your own pace. It's the chance to let the mind unite, rest with the sound and the space that the sound goes into. It's a chance to, thoughts may arise, you may have judgments or feelings of intentions or other kind of mental waves, and it's a chance to let those come, watch them and fade away. We don't want to have a Chinese finger trap where we push down too hard and try to suppress thoughts or push them or just kind of let them indulge and keep growing. So this is a chance to do this with sound and energy. Om Now we return our attention spaciously to the breath. And watch how your energy and your breath and the sound shifts back to silence. Maybe not. Om. Before we end, it's useful to check in to see how things have changed for you. So you can let go of placing and resting the attention. Just checking in your body, and your feelings, and any thoughts that might come up. Just try to get a sense of how things have changed for you since about 40 minutes ago. Just be honest. No judgment. So congratulations, you made it to snack time. We'll reconvene in a few minutes. Just a few thoughts was, as we see kind of how thin and how subtle some of our problems are with ourselves. Every time we sit, we get distracted, and a lot of our crap comes up. And the more settled we are, the more is there, and it's even finer. And it's like, well, crap, it keeps going down. Sometimes it feels like there's no rock bottom, and there isn't. And if we can see that with ourselves, we can understand that other people are going through the same thing, and that can open us up to really feeling for other people, realizing and trying to leave space to see that other people are going through what we're going through. Just that in of itself is in some way freeing, and is in some way kind of like the antidote to really getting stuck going through life, focusing on how I deal with things. Either I'm good, I'm bad. We usually we talk in the West that we're the worst at something, and we can really get stuck in that. But if just being open and leaving space to be tender towards others is a gift, and is in some way a freedom, and that's how suffering can lead to an opening up. seeing suffering in ourselves, sharing it with others, and not getting stuck in our own perspective. Because usually how we relate to other people, it's usually we think of somebody kind of that other person's one slice of themselves in relation to us, rather than themselves as kind of another person. We see them as usually we see people as an object, something that we control or are controlled by. But seeing somebody as an I thou can be very spacious and very freeing. I think that's what I was trying to say in the first half hour. So it came to me finally. Okay. Okay, snap.
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death.
Thanks. Anybody else? Bueller, okay. Just clarifying. Right. Oh, I see. Okay. I just didn't understand the. Gotcha. Okay, thanks. Okay, y'all. So we'll do a very brief meditation that is opening up the heart. That really brings in kind of seeing how much we can invite ourselves to share compassion with ourselves, share love with ourselves, with other people, and with the world. Don't need to force it. There's going to be some imagery. So if it rings with you, that's wonderful, and see what that does. And if it doesn't, just see what that means for you. This isn't a time to create like a false self that we need to be compassionate. We need to have infinite heart. Eventually, maybe, hopefully. But so we're going to settle back in for a couple minutes. We'll just rest with the breath, settling, placing, then resting the attention with the breath. After a minute, we're going to share 3 ahs together, not at our own pace, but we'll do it together. It's not a competition to see how long you can do it. We're going to, with the first ah, we're going to be sharing any kind of wisdom, any good qualities, anything good vibes that you know to be true, that you feel now, that you know in general, to open at the heart and spread physically throughout the body, and really just explore what it's like to have your body light up, seeing that, feeling that, those qualities in your body. After that, we will pause, reflect on that, and then we'll share that actually with everyone in the room with the second ah. We'll open ourselves up. You can invite yourself to see what it's like to receive that from other people. That may be painful or tender, may be nothing, and seeing what it's like also to share it with other people. It's kind of a dual practice. We'll sit with that in that kind of spaciousness, and then we'll open ourselves up, sharing that feeling with the rest of the world, from 2 blocks that way, whoever's in the Astrodome right now, to Sunnyside, up to the museum district, over to Bangladesh, to any bacteria living 3 miles down underneath the earth, throughout space. And just seeing what it's like to open yourself up like that, seeing how far you can share that with, and just to sit with that. Okay, so first we'll rest. Now bring yourself to your heart. Rest in that light in your body. See what that means for you. Now we'll share with everyone. now we'll open up to everyone, everywhere, infinitely. So now we'll open ourselves up in a more formal way by sharing the dedication prayer that we have at the bottom of this laminated sheet. It's a traditional formulation where through creating ourselves into a teacher, by finding peace in ourselves, we can share with others. You can share with other people before you become a teacher too, but a great guru. But that's a traditional way of saying it. So we'll read that and we'll say the names together. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, every one, to reach to that very ground. We'll also say here the blessing prayer right below it. At the same time, we're going to offer a candle to honor this. Janet, can you offer the candle? Okay. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. We share amongst ourselves and with the world, especially thinking of today, Mary Ann Kelber in the Bardo, Libby, Stan, Francis, Desiree Lacefield and family, Nikki Korma, Baster, Soul for travels, Carlos and Becky travels, Patrick and Lillian Marfin, Mike and Stacy Schaefer, Jennifer and family, Renee and family, Gary Satva, Danielle and Katie, Rob, Dick and Jill, Alicia, Donald, Sean, Chris Campbell, all those suffering, Matthew F., all those, all the Syrians, Maria B., Mother Mamie, Joshua S. and his family, Pepe, Camachos, Mike, Jim, Teresa, and others for job search, Nova, Betty, Jay and Gina, Mia, Vicky, Guji, Jessica, Dede, David Rushing, Tommy Campbell, Dominica, Aaron, Mark, Gus, Susie, Sam, Leslie in the Bardo, Susie in the Bardo, Kim and her father, George Helland, Sarah and Alexander, Hillary, Deb, Robert, Leah, Jose, Cliff Bardo, Toby, Stephanie Woodrow, Mom, Hayden, all those struggling with self-love, Tony, Shane, Lara, Yuri, Maria, Brent, Claire, Janet, Mark, Jessica, Carolyn, Selwa, Bobby, all suffering children, Roberto, Vanji, Gina, Ben, Orlando, Jaspin, Sue Newell, Alexis Trainer, all suffering animals, Annette, Franklin, Minda, Paul, Dan, Laura, Brittany, and Brittany. And to seal it into spaciousness and any sense of reality and wisdom we have, we share another Allah going through ourselves, others, and up into space. it's a bit of a jolt to go to announcements after that. It's so spacious. I'm trying to think if there are announcements. I'm really bad at this part. I know that we have all these wonderful programs going on. I'm going to let Mary Scott do this part. I'm an amateur at this part.
Thank you, Mark. I could not do what you do. It's beautiful. I think the first thing I want to announce is that if you happen to be listening in the Fort Worth area, or if you have friends in the Fort Worth area, our own fabulous Claire, program director here at Dawn Mountain, will be offering 2 workshops next weekend in Fort Worth. Is that right? And details are on the website, but you should tell your friends because they can get a little taste of Dawn Mountain and get a very, very useful and fairly complete instruction for meditation and beginning a meditation practice from Claire. So spread the word, please. Next up on my mental list, I'm going to stand up, is on October 1st, Saturday night. Am I on the camera or not? It's that one. Hi. Have y'all seen this? This is the coolest thing ever. As of this weekend, we have acquired a PTZ pan tilt zoom camera. Thank you, Gary. That is controlled by a panel over there, and you should just check it out if you haven't seen it. Because we can now all be broadcast to the world, not just the people on this side of the room, but people on this side of the room too. It's very, very exciting. So, and if that piques your interest and you'd like to join the broadcasting team, we have some openings, and you could talk to Claire or Gary about that. But as I was saying, Saturday, October 1st is the 20th anniversary celebration of the founding of Dawn Mountain. Also, it is our big fundraiser for the 18-month period that spans the second half of 2016 and 2017. So this is an opportunity for us all to come together and have a lot of fun. It's going to be an amazing dinner. We're going to put up a tent in the parking lot over there. It's going to be decorated. It's going to be beautiful. If you've never seen Harvey Aronson run a live auction, this is an absolute sight to behold and not to be missed. So we hope you will all come. There are volunteer opportunities. There are tickets. There are going to be raffles. So many opportunities to go home with a gift. So please, please, please join us, participate in whatever way you can. We really would love to have you here. We want to have you here, and we need your support. This week, we have the beginning of Tibetan class. First level Tibetan for beginners. And, we don't chant a lot in Tibetan on Sundays, but there are words that you will hear. And it's really, really fun if you can understand what they mean. And Elizabeth Wallet is our teacher, and she's fantastic. So if you have any interest, we'd love to see you at that. And then the continuing Tibetan students will also be starting. And then next week is the first day of mindfulness for embodied mindfulness. September, something like that. Thursday nights? Yeah, Thursday nights. Coming right up, Claire's embodied mindfulness, which will be kind of, do you want to talk about it? Fresh take on her Mindfulness for Everyone course. Well, give her a little commercial.
Yeah, so this is going to be a 6-week course, Thursday evenings, 7 to 8:30, and so the idea is to really look at mindfulness, but through the body. So, I think often people hear mindfulness and think of like your mind, or, we're going to learn to really watch the breath. But with this, obviously if you're feeling the breath, you're already feeling sensations in the body, but we're also really going to learn to tune into what the body is telling us kind of in real time about how we're doing, because often, at least in this culture, we kind of miss that. So it's going to be a real focus on the body, 6 weeks, and for the first time, we're going to try doing the online and the in-person sections at the same time. So we're going to use Google Hangouts, and if you can't come in person, you can come live through a Hangout. And so all of those, of course, will be recorded and made available to the people in the class. So that's going to be a difference. I'm also experimenting with using tiny little meditations. So we're probably going to have some like 2 to 5 minute meditations available online for you to use as, part of your daily training to take what we're learning in the class and kind of plug that into daily life. So that is all.
And one more immediate opportunity is the Compassion Cultivation Training that starts this Monday evening at 7, taught by Betty Adam and the team from Compassionate Houston. It's a joint venture between Dawn Mountain and Compassionate Houston. This training was developed at Stanford under the auspices of Thupten Jingpa, who was the translator for the Dalai Lama pretty much throughout the 1980s. It's an amazing course, and although it's been offered in Houston before, this is the lowest price for which it's ever been offered. And so that's a really great chance.
8 days. 8 days from today.
8 weeks.
Oh.
I thought it was
It's
Monday.
not tomorrow Monday.
Not tomorrow Monday.
The 12th.
The following Monday.
The 12th Monday. I got my
12th. Oh,
calendar.
goodness. Yes, that's right. We're not at the 12th yet.
Yeah.
Monday, September 12th. So you still have a week to sign up. All of this and much, much more is on the Dawn Mountain website. Visit often. Yes, Rich. Yes, that's what's happening this week. It's the first Teaching Tuesday of the fall series. Hooray! Thank you so much. So Ann and Harvey will be here Tuesday night, 7 to 9, introducing and beginning the journey that will be our fall series, Dissolving, Evolving. And if you're interested, yes, it's one of the prequels of the Dzogchen Cycles program. Read all about it. DawnMountain.org. Watch our Facebook. Like us on Facebook. And what do you need to do? Subscribe to us on YouTube. Thank you. Anybody have any questions about any of that? Appreciate your help. All right. Love seeing you all. We're all available to chat after. And thank you, Mark. Everybody have a happy, happy rest of your Labor Day weekend.
Thank you, Mark.
Sure. Hey, Mark, thank you.